Hi there. I've been following the Colman project, as Wesley's been working on it, and so I decided to go ahead and try my hand at building one myself. And this is currently the status of where I'm at on my little Colman project. This is basically the main unit, and this is the power supply and the 100-watt Israeli amplifier, and the input to the amplifier is driven by a frequency generator around 100 to almost 1 gigahertz. So I'll go through a little explanation of where I'm currently at, starting with the frequency generator. It's a Leader LSG 221B, and it has a 0 to 60 dB attenuator on it, and an output level, and of course the controls for selecting the frequency. So the Israeli amplifier is runs a little hot, so I keep it on 60 dB attenuation on the input, keep the output level turned down. When I do that, this amplifier gives me about 35-watt output. Now the output of my amplifier, of course I'm running a 24-volt power supply here, 14 amp, and the output of my amplifier goes through my SWR and power meter, and then out and to my transmit antenna. Now I used just some monopole antennas off of a like a hand walkie-talkie, and since I used these for my transmit, put this little plastic knob on the top so I could grab a hold of it and make the adjustments while it's on. And my two receive antennas, I've been able to get by without an antenna tuner, and my SWR runs around 1.2 to 1.8. Kind of depends on the location of the unit. If I'm close to my equipment, it obviously affects the SWR. So the output of my two receive antennas, of course, go to my Colman tube, which is inside this lead enclosure, and I'll show you that in a minute. But one antenna, output antenna, goes through a tunable tank circuit, which is a tunable inductor with the right size capacitor, and it gives me approximately 100 to 500 megahertz tunable frequency range. And the output of this tank circuit then is shown in the Colman patent, goes to one side of my tube, Colman tube here. This is my lead enclosure. I've got two about 1 inch of lead here on the bottom, and all of my wiring comes up through these two lead columns, which is a piece of aluminum tubing filled with lead and then bored out. And of course my enclosure then is aluminum lined with a 1/4 inch of aluminum, has about 3/8 inch of lead on the outside, and also has an opening here where I can take plug out, and it holds my Geiger counter head in position for testing. Okay, so looking at the Colman device here, I have two coils. They're 3,200 turns of number 25.5 gauge wire, and gives me approximately 1,000 gauss at about 75 volts, 1 amp. And it's adjustable, so I can move it and make adjustments along the tube. Right? And the output of my coils then come to these terminals, be one coil and the other coil for experimenting, so I can energize my coils and change the polarity. And also each side of the tube is connected to these two terminals. So I'm currently waiting on my compounds, but I just wanted to show where I'm at on this, and wanted to give special thanks to Wesley for everything that he's done on this, on the Colman work, and have a good day.